All right, we're live. This is it. I'm in the same shirt I wore last night. This is the premiere, episode 0. Yep, your voice talk show. Yep, we're doing this for a reason. I'm your host, Alejandro. Say it like you mean it. Across the table,
And I'm
Mad
Mikey
Mike. Mike.
Mike.
What up, baby? Anyway, this is the premiere of the Your Voice Talk Show. We give you a little bit what we're going to be all about. We played with it last night. You like that intro music? Yeah, that doesn't give you an idea what our attitude is going to be about here, right? You know it. Well, here we are, man. We're doing it live, and we're doing it because we can. You know, the whole reason behind this whole platform is we're trying to get to some reason, some logic, and to be able to express our First Amendment ability to say what we think about what the hell's going on in this crazy world. I mean, it's crazy. There's going to be a lot of things we can talk about. Hopefully, get with your input. We're going to be taking phone calls here in a little bit. 313-334-4203 is going to be the number. You might want to start lining up. Get in, give us your opinion. We're going to do this from a perspective of being Detroit natives. Myself and Motor City Mad Mikey Mike. You know, and kind of give you the real lowdown from that perspective, man. We're not coming at any of this as experts. We're not coming at any of this as too opinionated. You know, I mean, we're people. We got opinions. What can we say? We've got experience, and that's, I'll tell you what, that won't only form opinions. You'll see some facts in living a life of experience, right? Especially in Metro Detroit, ranked number 3 in the Q4 of 2022 for homicides, right? I don't know, what is it? I think we just kind of got used to being here, you know. But we, you know, we want to come at this with some reasons to be accountable for what we do and for what other people are doing. Man, I think accountability is slipping between everybody's fingers. So we want to hit some of these topics that are going to help make people accountable. We want to use names and not agencies or associations, you know, and we're going to try and do this from an objective standpoint. You know, again, we're not coming at this from being an expert on any level or having any supreme knowledge or being having any of this being a discipline, but basically so that we know better. And how else are you gonna are you gonna make any changes in your life or to yourself if you don't know what's going on, if you don't have any objective, you can't be objective to yourself, your thoughts, your actions, your words. And how are you gonna grow, man? How are you gonna be accountable for yourself? You know, and that's going to be a big focus here for me, from my perspective, as we move through what we move through here, you know, and through that, hopefully we can get to some truths about what's going on here. I think we all got our perspectives as far as, like Orwell's 1984. It's feeling a little real today, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you compare, it's almost biblical in a sense, I guess you could say. You know, when you compare Orwell's book to a lot of the other things that, that people that are on the conservative right are talking about happening and all these other things, It's funny how some of those things just kind of wash away. And why does that happen? Right? How do all these epic stories just wash away? Right? I mean, what happened? What wasn't it the Euphrates that was drying up? What happened there?
What's funnier is the people who don't want to be held accountable.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, isn't it? That's pretty funny.
We know we did it, but we're not going to answer for it.
No, why would we? Why would we? So personal accountability, man. I want to see who's responsible for this stuff, because I'll tell you what, I know I get my ass out here every day. I hold down a full-time skill trades job, and I work hard for everything that I earn. And yeah, maybe that's my chosen way of life. Maybe some people work harder, some of the people don't work at all, and that's just me on my spectrum. I'm right in the middle. I earn what I got, and I take care of what I got. And we're seeing too many people that don't.
For real.
I'm seeing too many people that don't want to take care of what I got. You know what I'm saying?
No shit, my friend. No shit.
So we're going to be challenging the beliefs, man, with commentary, opinion based on verifiable fact, and we're going to bring some edge to it. I want to bring some rhetorical sarcasm to all this stuff. and kind of live on and expose the facts here, what's really going on, man. Because I'll tell you what, if I feel sorry for so many of these little kids today that imagine what it's like to be a 9 or a 10-year old and exposed to even part of this stuff out here. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, that's a rough way to go.
Just try to be that young and get exposed to any of these topics out here that are completely, you just how's somebody that young gonna make any sense out of what everyone else is throwing in their face, especially on all these social media platforms,
Mommy, why do we live out of the back of our car?
Among the other things that I'm just not going to dive into right now because we're doing an introduction. But again, these are some of the topics that we plan on hitting, and that's for sure. So, getting to these truths, asking these questions, these things that seem unquestionable, for sure. So that's just what we're headed for. So, I guess based in that, we can kind of head off into our local stuff. Mike and I both being from the Metro Detroit area, we're really going to throw a nice representation out there for the D area, Metro Detroit, right? Definitely something to be proud of, man. I'm going to tell you something about. I'm born and raised in Detroit. Here, was lucky enough to work for Tiger Stadium in 1984. Okay. And I've done a lot of things in this town on levels that other people have not. And my love for this city is one of the driving forces for me to put myself out here like this. Like
Are you choked up? Are you nervous?
I'm a little nervous, and I'm getting choked up because I love my city. And I'll tell you what, as much as everybody else thinks that, okay, Detroit ranked number 3 in homicide, I'm going to tell you that's by association, man. I've seen too many acts of kindness in Detroit, and none of it ever goes recognized. And I hate that about my city. You know what? You might call Detroit number 3, but guess what? We don't have homeless encampments anywhere.
This is true. If you look at San Francisco, I think they just pretty much gave them a license out there to, pitch a tent wherever they want.
We don't have human feces lining the street. Maybe behind the occasional dumpster in Detroit, you go back there after a long drive. You know what I'm saying? You hit behind a dumpster, you're a service guy, right? You get back there and you're gonna find a bag of turds or something every now and then. But it's not on the street.
No, not
and we don't have a Kensington Street in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how, when I look at these things and I work in the city of Detroit and I see all the kindness and acts of kindness I see out there among these great people, man, I'll tell you what, Detroit's got a bad rep, but man, these are some strong people out here, and we're going to represent that. And we're going to put that spin. I'm going to put that spin on Detroit, right? In the Metro Detroit area, because there's a lot of people out here, man, that work hard, not only for the things they have, but to keep this area real. We don't, Metro Detroit and Detroit proper are not suffering what a lot of these big cities are today. We're not suffering what Chicago is. We're not suffering what Portland is. We're not suffering like San Francisco or Philadelphia.
Could have a little bit to do with the fact that we lost half our population in the last 2 decades as well.
Oh, that's absolutely hilarious that you bring that up. I was talking to somebody earlier who could potentially be a host on this show. I got a friend, I'll just call him by the name of Phil, plays for one of the local major bands everybody knows very well. And we're probably going to have him on the show here as well. But him and I were having a conversation this morning on the whole population outlook. And even though the population is projected to be, right now we're at 7.888 million. We're projected, I think, in 2050 to be probably, I think that's what said 2050 was going to be like 8.9 million or something like that. But still, those numbers are lower than they really should be.
Tri-County area, Metro Detroit.
No. The world population is 7.8 billion.
Oh, I thought you said million. I'm like,
no. World population is 7.88
no, that's about right.
Yeah, no, on a global scale, because this is a global effect of the conversation.
You figure 2/3 of that's probably in India and China.
Oh yeah, a lot of that. I mean, and the thing is primarily not so much geographically, but the world as a whole. That even though numbers are going up historically, the numbers are actually landing in lower places. So we're on a decline.
Now, if you want to talk about shit on the street, India is the place to go.
Oh, dude, they got troughs in the street. God. With that many people living on top of each other,
Just shit anywhere you like.
So we are going to be putting a major spin on the Metro D area, and with that, I think maybe we can open up with some local stories. Mike, what do you think?
I got one right here. Michigan State Police investigates Detroit shooting on the Davison Freeway near I-75. Michigan officials are investigating a shooting that took place on a freeway near I-75 in Detroit. The shooting occurred on Saturday afternoon on the Davison Freeway at the ramp merging onto 75. State police reported they located a Dodge Durango on the ramp that crashed against a concrete wall on Saturday at 4:50 p.m. Officials say the vehicle's back window was smashed and the car doors were open. State police said there were no occupants in sight. They also found that there was a Draco pistol and spent shell casings inside the Durango. State cops shut down the ramps and some of the freeway for quite some time doing a search. Police reported that a shell casing was located on the Davison Freeway. So imagine that. We got people shooting out of their cars again in Detroit.
Maybe that's how we got the number 3 ranking in Q4 of 2022.
Yeah. Durango has bullet hole damage as well as 4 abandoned cell phones. Well, you thought they would have thought to grab their cell phones.
You know, don't they hold some important information?
One would imagine. I'm sure somebody was videotaping the whole scenario.
Oh, you know they had to be.
Kind of like that basketball player who was filming himself inside the nightclub, with a loaded weapon. And he was wasted.
Oh, yeah.
That's not illegal at all.
No, not at all. I mean, especially if they're serving alcohol, it just makes it better.
Absolutely.
Yikes.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Yeah, trying to get the music together. We've had some slight changes. We're trying to overcome some technical difficulties we had yesterday playing around.
More local news, I think. Here's a good topic. Apparently, Dennis Rodman at some point has been robbed of $27 million.
Who?
Dennis Rodman
Was robbed of $27 million?
Apparently, his financial advisor did a Bernie Madoff, basically, and scammed him out of a shit ton of money. And she is now in jail.
Wow.
Hopefully for quite some time.
Here's a funny one for you. This out of the Free Press. Family says Wayne State University police shoots a golden doodle in the face.
Whoa.
Dude. What? All right. Wayne State University police shot a golden doodle in the face while responding to a call inside of the Cultural Gardens in Midtown Detroit on Friday night. So just a couple of nights ago. That's what the witnesses said anyways. Ace, a 10-year-old black golden doodle, a crossbreed of golden retriever and poodle that is known for its friendliness and energetic playfulness.
Looks like a friendly enough dog.
Dude, they're great. If you've ever had an opportunity to spend any time with a golden doodle, trust me, you'd know it.
Seems pretty likable.
Yeah.
The little curly hairs and shit.
Yeah, they're great dogs, man. Weighing 55 pounds, was outside for a neighbor's home when his family and WSU, Wayne State University officer, purposely shot him in the lip. What?
What an asshole.
How do you shoot a dog in the lip? Do dogs even have lips? What? You
I guess, that black area surrounding their mouth, I guess could technically be a lip.
Man, yeah, but anyways, wow. So ACI was at the house next door. The officer did not get every warning or command to get the dog before shooting him. And how do you call that guy an officer?
Call him an asshole.
An asshole. You call him an asshole for shooting your dog. Dogs legally are just property, man. They're not like they're not a sentient being.
Only if you're not the police. If you shoot a cop dog, you better expect a barrage of bullets coming back at you.
How about
there was one that was over at 12 and Harper in St. Clair Shores a couple years ago. A bunch of folks having a wedding celebration. I remember this one. And there was a ruckus outside the event hall of sorts, and the cops were called, and some dude ran, and he got cornered, apparently, and shot this dog and killed him. And then five police officers opened fire on this dude and mowed him down.
Mowed him. You mean like die like like mowed him down?
No, more like break yourself.
Man, that's something. And it's amazing some of the stuff I'm reading here. Here's one from WWJ News Radio 950. One woman killed, another injured. Early morning fight breaks out in Detroit. How does that happen?
No way.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Detroit Princess thing. You remember that Detroit Princess thing that happened where a couple people got shot and one person left in the car and drove away?
Yep.
It went to, well, it happened to be somebody their doctor.
Ah,
Yeah. It was funny how that played out. But anyways, Detroit police are investigating after a shooting early Sunday morning left one woman dead, another injured, and a suspect in custody.
nice.
I know, right? At least they got somebody. The shooting happened around 5:30 a.m. on Smart Street. Oh, the irony is fucking killing me already. On Smart Street, I'm gonna shoot somebody on Smart Street in Detroit.
Not so smart.
5:30 a.m. Ain't nothing good happens at 5:30. If you ain't heading to work, ain't nothing good gonna happen in Detroit at 5:30 a.m.
No,
I'm
fuck
telling
no,
you,
fuck no.
it just ain't happening.
That's on the way in for most people.
That's Lanyo and I-94, by the way, over there by Romanowski's Park on Michigan Avenue.
Yay.
Romanowski's Park, Michigan Avenue. John Kronk, who's familiar with John Kronk? The John Kronk area of Detroit. A fight broke out around that time, and the suspect, believed to be a woman, went and got a gun and shot two other women, both 23 years old, according to the report. Authorities have not said what sparked the altercation leading up to the gunfire. One of the 23-year-old woman was killed, while the other was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. I think we can go on and on about this ridiculousness, man. I don't know. It's like that. Did you hear about that guy in Texas who killed a family of 5 next door, including some children, because they asked him to stop shooting his rifle in the backyard because it was scaring their kids? So he decided
Did your parents have any children that lived?
No, none of them lived. And he just went over there and massacred the family. Now they don't know where this guy's at, and he's armed.
Jeez.
I mean, yeah.
Terrible.
You little scumbag!
You son of a bitch. Hey, a Michigan State Police helicopter tracked suspects to Motor City Casino parking garage after a chase that started in Warren
Nice.
and went to Romulus.
Warren to Romulus. That's a good 40-mile track.
Dude, that sounds like fun. That must have been some GTA 5 shit if I've ever seen it, huh? I wonder if they stopped and smacked some hoes on the way. Some 304s. Can I even say that anymore? Can I say that HOE word?
Absolutely.
Or do I have to say 304? Because that's the norm now, right? We about 304 around, huh?
Somebody with that area code might misconstrue that.
I don't down no 304. I don't do it. You know Metro South troopers got a word around 1 a.m. Sunday that the Warren police officers and troopers from the Metro North Force were chasing a white Chrysler 300 wanted for stealing from a car and attempted car theft. So a couple of car thieves. They chased the shit out of some car thieves across town just to catch them.
I'm sure they probably crashed a car on, in their journey.
Does it say? It terminated the chase. Two troopers and a chopper followed. And that's onto the city of Romulus. That's when the Metro South Sergeant found the car in the subdivision, tried to pull the suspect over, only for them to flee again. And that's probably how they wound up. They probably shot up 94 to 75 or whatever and got it to Motor City. Yeah, the suspect vehicle was found abandoned in the garage of troopers. Yeah, so they were driving like crazy to shake the cops. It worked. They found the car. They didn't find the suspects, apparently.
Jeez, I did.
32-year-old driver from Livonia and the 24-year-old passenger from Detroit were arrested and held at the Detroit Detention Center. Oh, man. Did they have to write sentences like "I will behave" 200 times? That's the kind of.
Were they released the next morning?
On
their own reconnaissance.
I don't know. Nope. They're just kissing each other's ass on how the technology saved the day. They didn't say. All I know is they got detention. Summarized, they got detention. The Michigan State Police were like, "Yeah, we rock."
I got your name. I got your ass.
Oh boy, yeah, that's right. You got my ass. Hey, what else did I find in the free press today? You know, the whole gender thing has been a hot debate lately. I think I'm going to step on it here for a minute out of the free press.
Bring it.
I got this article. This is the Ask Amy section in Detroit's Free Press Sunday, right? And I don't know. Tell me what you think. You know, on this one, obviously. This writer writes in, Dear Amy, I have an etiquette question. Is it still acceptable to refer to men as gentlemen and women as ladies?
Only if you're sure.
Only if you're sure. I don't know. How do you do that today?
Adam's apple check or slip my Viagra.
You know, I'm thinking swab your cheek and wait for the results might be a good one.
Maury or Jerry's not around to do that anymore. That's gonna have to go through the county or some shit.
Oh, and the county's backed up on that DNA sampling rape kit test thing. Aren't they still done? I don't even know what's going on in Wayne County and that. They probably swept it under the rug just like everything anymore. You know?
Yeah. I mean, come on, they still didn't find that gal that died at that Kwame party however many years ago.
Oh, I just read an article on that, and her daughter is saying some stuff on that.
Yeah.
Tara Green, was her name?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I just read an article about her daughter coming out publicly and saying something. Anyway, so this writer, Dear Amy, says, I have read that some people may take offense to the use of those words. At baseball games that I attend, the team used to be introduced on the field by the announcer saying, and now, ladies and gentlemen, here are your Pittsburgh Pirates. Maybe that's what the problem is. You're too close to Kensington Street.
Oh, man.
You know, so now announcers at the ballpark simply say, and now here are your Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't know. What do you think about that?
That sucks.
It terribly sucks.
I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen, they've been using that for centuries as an intro.
Yeah, you know, and so they, in conclusion, they say, I would be interested to know your position on this. And she asked, this writer says that to Dear Amy. And so that's so funny because this guy says polite gentleman is his signature, right? So Dear Amy, in the hint of this question, oh my God. So Dear Amy has to Ask Amy has to respond with Dear Gentleman.
Hello, my name is
Dear Gentleman. Oh my God. I didn't realize
Let's take drugs and go down on each other.
That sounds like such fun right now. Yeah, anyways, Dear Amy seems a little insulted by it, but she didn't realize she needed to have a position on this, nor is there any adequate in question. But she's going to take a swing at it. She's a female, and what does that even mean today? When somebody says, I'm a female.
I mean, a couple of weeks ago, they had a guy on Capitol Hill testifying before Congress, and he was repeatedly asked to define a female, and he absolutely refused. As if he couldn't or wouldn't.
He's probably afraid of backlash. You get this wrong, we're going to kick your ass.
He was somebody from the education sector going on about Title IX, I believe, once they changed it.
The education sector?
Yeah, he was, I don't know if he was the education secretary or undersecretary or something.
Yeah, he's probably under the secretary at some point.
Yeah, if I believe the education secretary is some crotchety woman. Excuse my
No, crotchety's fine.
No, a woman is not, though. I understand.
Oh, a crotchety individual.
Crotchety individual.
Could we even say person? Could we say that anymore? Person? Can I call you a person? Or would that be insulting because I didn't use your pronouns? I don't know. I don't even know.
The war is a total disaster. It's a catastrophe.
They're
nothing
all
less.
A total disaster. Every war is a total disaster. The disaster of a war is a total disaster. There are no winners in war.
Now it's a breeding ground for terrorists.
I love a breeding ground for terrorists. They're so easy. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, especially if you're George W. Wah, 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 wah. I wish I had some drops for us tonight, but unfortunately, my computer decided not to be, very computer-like.
I got you, buddy. I got you.
Anyways.
Stay cool.
Hey, I'm going to stay cool. And at some point here, maybe we'll call Bob the Hobo, see what he's doing.
Bob the Hobo.
Yeah, it's this guy I met out here on the street the other day, living on the street. Actually, he's not living on the street. He's got this makeshift storage unit that he lives in, but he just kind of stands on the corner, and I'm probably gonna call him, see how he's doing. Yeah, we talk all the time when I go to the storage unit. He's over there, Bob the Hobo.
Nothing wrong with that, man. We get some dedicated guests.
Yeah, it reminds me of a neighbor I used to have. Proclaimed himself to be the neighborhood hillbilly.
No, is he an old military guy?
No,
Okay.
no. He's just a cool old guy, living his life out of a minivan and a
It's
in a
sad
storage
to see old
unit.
people that end up
You know?
like that.
Hey, at least it's not extended stay, right? You know, I was catching this thing on extended stays, man. Like, this is the last stop before homelessness. You know what I'm saying? Those rooms are $600 a week
Oh yeah.
for the efficiencies, man. You know,
sir.
and how are people? You know, because you can't get qualified for to get trusted by, like, what? It's not like you're gonna pack up an apartment and take it with you.
This is true.
You know, why can't I don't understand why it's not easier for people to, and that's another thing I read in the paper today was Michigan is going to try and make it easier in some regards. I didn't quite, but there's going to be more attention. But like we had this whole mortgage forgiveness thing going on during COVID. We had you didn't have to worry about, nobody could take any legal action on you for not paying rent because during the disaster.
I have many people in my apartment complex who ran that all the way to the hilt. And then when it ran out,
so did they.
30 to 60 days, a lot of them were gone. They had the sheriff coming through there just bouncing these people.
Man, that's crazy. That is so crazy how that happened. Well, they're trying to keep something like that going on, but for people who are at a more seriously and appropriately disadvantaged level in life, like disabled veterans, and people along those lines, special needs people, special needs adults and children. They're trying harder to protect these people, obviously, because, having a home is not a right in America. It's a matter of affordability, and it's a commodity. You either pay for it or you get the hell out, because you know what? No matter what, somebody's going to take it for you if you don't keep porking over them numbers. You don't keep transferring them Federal Reserve notes. They're going to come and take it.
And that's a shame, particularly for the people who've served our country. They should be guaranteed some place to live.
How about 40 acres and a mule?
Sure, why not? As long as there's a roof
something,
over their head.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Because I'll tell you what, 40 acres and a mule, which was the original reparations, and at the time it was a gold mine to farm 40 acres and have the mule to do it and the wood to build. That was a reparation for Abraham Lincoln just before he got shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 40 acres and a mule. Yeah, and that was gold. And today it would be worth
Do you expect me to talk?
so much
No,
more.
Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
We want him
That's what they tell
alive.
our veterans.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
expect you to die.
Yes. Yeah. Obey and be quiet. Just shut up and do what I
Do
tell
what
you.
we tell you and shut
Yeah.
the fuck up.
And this is why another thing that you're going to find out about me is I question everything.
As you should.
Everything, man. I am not dogmatic in the slightest way. Yeah, I can't let anything slide, man. It's one of these things where you get to a certain point in your life and you just all of a sudden realize you got this pair of glasses on that you can't take the fuck off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're seeing shit now that you've never seen before, and it's just you can't stop seeing it. And now you gotta find some way to do something about it.
For sure.
That's what I'm hoping to do. Find some way to do something about it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
let it keep happening and just duck. I don't know, wear a helmet. What do you do? Then you start a talk show like this, and people can call in and talk about it. And if anybody else wants to call in, 313-334-4203.
4203.
Is our number.
You're
Give us a
listening to
shout.
Your Voice Talk Show.
We'd love to hear from you.
313-334-420. That's 423.
Yeah.
I think my stoner buddies might enjoy that one. Look at Mr. Mike's got the green shirt on tonight. Hoo, 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 hoo. Sunday night, April 30th, 2023, episode 0. Hey, today's my mom's birthday, too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Happy
right?
birthday to his mom.
Yeah, Mom Dennison, you crazy old redneck woman. She's a McCoy descendant. Yeah, you know what that makes me. That's how I grew up. That's how I'm gonna be.
Shout out to my people. This is Ed McMahon, rolling slow through the suburbs in an unmarked van. I ran the strip in the 80s, brought big fat checks to the ladies. When I showed up at their door, they would start screaming like crazy. Raked it in hand over fist, was on the VIP list. I was a verbal gunslinger, and my shots never missed. But now the bills have come due, and my credit score's whacked. So I'm hitting up the winners to get my checks back.
Nice.
Ed McMahon. Remember
Yeah.
I gave you that big check?
I remember Ed McMahon, huh? He was something. Here's Johnny.
Oh, him and Johnny Carson back in the day. It was a staple of my 80s.
Nice. Yeah. Johnny Carson was awesome back in the day for sure.
Oh, boy.
Transgender daughter wants to be left alone on Farmington Hills.
Have you heard about Joe Biden's latest shamefulness regarding his family? Apparently, Hunter Biden has a daughter out of wedlock, and Joe Biden absolutely refuses to recognize her as a Biden. Doesn't send her any Christmas gifts, no stockings, no fuck you, no nothing. What is that coming from the sitting president of the United States?
That's pretty shitty. Could potentially write her own diary too. Maybe it's not a bad move on Joe's end.
Show some humility.
I don't know. That could come back and hit him, man. Because you're just gonna flatten my hair out and watch it go back down, and I'll learn something about cockroaches. And they take showers with you.
Come on, man.
Oh, come on, man. Poor Joe. Poor Joe. All he is Obama's ass puppet, if you ask me. Obama is elbow deep in that. He is, man. He's elbow deep in that. Joe doesn't know where to go. That's why he got chose for VP. You know why? Because his dissonance. Joe Biden got chose to be Obama's VP because he's so disconnected. Let me put camera on me. There you go. Should I say that again? Did that come through? Joe Biden got elected to be Obama's VP because he's completely dissonant. Okay, and that's why that whole regime is propping him up right now, and they're up to their elbow, tickling the portions of his spine to make his mouth move. That's what I think. You want to ask me about it?
Why don't you go down to the Mayo travel agency and get you a ticket the way your brain has been vacation?
Buy an American cigarette. I love these American cigarettes. They are the best in the world, American cigarettes. Viva variety.
I was going about Joe Biden more like incoherent.
Man, I think even out coherent is proper. Yeah, definitely disconnect, and it makes me feel bad for the guy because you know what, he much like these gender dysphoria people who are suffering the terrorism of these trans people. Joe Biden's mental disorder, his lack of cognitive is costing him everything. He ain't been the best guy, and no, he hasn't done shit. But that doesn't excuse the way people are abusing him now. Yeah. You know what? That's what I'm saying. Is the way he's being, like Joe Biden. I guess you could say it's karma at its finest. However, what people are doing to him because of his mental state and his age is more disgusting.
Oh, sure.
I can't.
All these CEOs who are leaning left are having their way with him.
Yes, literally. And not only the CEOs, but we're talking about, leaders of countries.
Absolutely.
So not only do they got control of him, but who's got control of the Federal Reserve?
Not him.
Ukraine. How much is that? 40 trillion. We have 40 trillion into Ukraine. What's the number on that? I'm even afraid to look to get a fact.
You could probably invest that in our own country.
A little bit
of that, just a little bit.
I don't even want to look to see how much because I just cringe every day I go to work when I'm like, oh, my money, all my money is going.
Like you were saying, when you take a day off, at least you're not paying into that fund.
At least I'm not funding that. At least on paper, I'm not funding it, I guess. I don't know. How does it even work? It's too big. Finance was not my strong point. And ignorance of the law is no excuse. You better start learning the law.
Don't you know?
I don't. And you know what I'm thinking about doing is making some. I might start, even though codes are codes and laws are laws, I might just start talking about some of these codes too. Maybe we'll do a weekly code and have a conversation, small conversation based on what the laws really are in this country and how it seems like we're being policed by our own lawyers.
Very true.
It does. It does. Like if you go through a lot of these TikTok videos, a lot of these YouTube things, everybody's talking about sovereign this and state national that and independent and all these things like that. It's like, where's any of that making any sense? And if that is the case, how come our attorneys and our people that we're trusting to operate the law aren't telling us this?
My son.
Why aren't they there? Either the information that we're getting is fake, or it's really to a level of some people just don't want you to know that there's another class of citizenship to be had. There's another set of rules to be had besides the maritime rules.
Very so true.
The
hidden society.
No wonder why it's just like the tax code. It's so complicated. Codes are not laws, by the way.
No.
They're codes.
But hey, the IRS can come get you if you fuck around.
I heard they're looking for new agents on top of that last stint, too.
Supposedly, they're going to be going after the top 10%. Some tells me better, and it's going to be the middle class.
Well, fortunately for me, I'm not upper middle class. I don't make enough money to hide anything.
Or middle class just in general, actually.
Yeah, of course it's good. You know why? Because we're the largest demographic, dude. That's where they can fucking intimidate the most people.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan. But hey, whatever. You got to wonder how do you get to the point where you're obligated to that? How are you obligated to that? Who gave them permission to do that over you?
I don't see it in the Constitution.
Who gave them permission? That's what I want to know. Who gave these people permission? Who said it was okay?
Wasn't me. It wasn't you.
Oh, a bunch of people with guns who will threaten to take your country. That's who. So basically, their own establishment is telling you that if you can kill us, you'll win.
Yes.
That's what it boils down to. You got to hold a war with everything. Or otherwise, you're just going to have to... what do you do? Try to resolve things through their own system, which is all corporate. Even the law is all corporate. It's a secret, but ignorance is no excuse. So guess again. Do it again.
Do it again.
Bye. I know, babe. Man, reminds me of that Rowdy Piper movie, They Live. I love that one. Yeah, here's that article right here. Michigan residents, renters need more protection, and the legislature can give it to them, right? Most know it's illegal to deny a service or housing to someone simply because of their race, disability, or religion, but federal laws do not offer the same protections from income discrimination for housing. Yeah. So income, and that's I guess that's a form of discrimination that really does need to be brought to the surface. As somebody who is about humanitarian efforts, right? Legitimately, like, I know it might sound maybe liberal to some people, and I don't give a shit, but I think the people that can't perform in this society need some damn help, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's people that don't want to, and then there's people that can't.
Yes, and the people who can't are the ones that should be helped.
Yeah, and it goes on to kind of say what those demographics are. Like, this means a retiree on Social Security, a parent who received child support, a veteran. No, I think the parent who receives child support needs to get up, get their ass to work. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Get your ass to work, bitch.
Go to work.
Yep, it's support. Do your share. Yeah, that's right. Get your 304 ass up off the couch, out from in front of that TV, and get your ass to work.
Were you about to call me an asshole?
I was gonna call you an asshole. You better believe it, bitch. Get to work. That's support.
I got a cringing story here for you. Tulsa man sentenced to life in prison for grooming minor children to take them to go get married and leave the state.
What's wrong with giving them nice hair?
What's that?
What's wrong with giving them nice hair?
God, get it. Wrong kind of grooming, my friend.
Oh, you mean it wasn't like a trip to Pet Supplies Plus where you get like the hair, the nails, the blow dry, the fluff, all that stuff? Well, maybe the fluff, but
this is the 15 to 17-year-old child special.
Oh no, they're not serving that at McDonald's.
No.
Holy shit.
On Friday, U.S. Attorney Clinton Johnson announced Tulsa man Alexander Sweet was sentenced to life in prison for grooming a girl between the age of 15 and 17 and for possessing sexually explicit images and videos of her.
Yikes.
In April, Sweet was found guilty at trial of coercion and enticement of a minor, 4 counts of production of child pornography, receipt of child pornography, and possession of child pornography. There's a guy who should be executed. Because you know he did more than that.
Man, yeah, that should be some yikes. That's hideous, man. I don't even know what to say about that kind of stuff other than, I know what to do about it, though. I bet you if we public squared this guy, some people would think twice about those actions.
You would think, but they won't.
Public square this people, man. Public square that shit. People will think twice. Well, your government will seem like some fucking kind of monster, that's for sure. Like, if you fuck up like this, you'll get thrown and quartered in the center of town.
What if I was just to kick the ever-loving shit out of you?
Yeah, I'd be good enough too. We could smack them on the knuckles with rulers until their fingers fall off.
That would be nice.
You know, I think that'd probably be. You know, we ain't gotta hurt nobody bad. I mean, just give you a club hand or something. I don't know. What do you do with that, man? What you know? I mean, I know what to do, but it's a never-ending job. Yeah, there's been a lot of that going on for sure, man. And that's the one big that's the whole other side of this Janet transgender discussion. You know, because you got bathrooms involved, you got kids involved. Like today, I'll tell you, man, I'm getting pretty convinced that America hates its kids. With what's going on in schools and what's not going on in schools, what's not going on for schooling, right? Like private education isn't so bad, I guess, but you know, and I'm not so connected as a parent because I don't have any kids in school anymore, you know, but it's a rough place to be, that's for sure. You know, it looks like we got a comment here. Talk about Trans Ams instead. Well, we're going to ship to Burt Reynolds, aren't we? Hilarious.
I guess the phone number's wrong on the heading as well.
Is it really?
See the first comment.
Well, that's not any fun. I don't know if I can fix that from here. What do you think? Can we try it?
I don't know.
Oh, let me type it in here. 313 334 34. Oh,
4203.
4203. There you go. All right, we'll send that in there. We got somebody else in the room now. Yeah, so that's pretty much just the kind of quick notes. What's going on here, man? The local news in Detroit is pretty crazy. A lot of BS going on. Not a lot of pot news. A little bit of corruption in the pot news though here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some pay to play things going on here early on, and when they were getting all the dispensaries doled out and all the licensing figured out, apparently, like not like, you know, it happens every time you get a suit involved into some subculture of America. You know, the only reason they did that is because that 16% sales tax. You know, they were missing out on it, so they figured they might as well finally legalize it and get their cut because they, you know, Michigan's government want to be drug dealers too. So I don't care. I'm all good with that. I don't care. I'm all good with that. It's coming in again. Gonna crank him down a little bit. Yeah, that's hilarious. I read another thing this morning in a free press article about a bunch of Dugan's people He was dishing out a shitload of raises and commissions or some contracts or something to some people that were a specific group of close to him, man. Like he's like it's
Corruption?
coming back. It's coming back. I swear to God, as if that whole tit for tat thing about him being a cheater wasn't bad enough not too long ago. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Which was kind of hilarious. But yeah, there was a story in the Free Press today on the front page, and I got it laying over here somewhere. I'm not too sure.
What do we think about Trump pardoning Kwame and Rod Blagojevich before he left office?
I think that's bullshit. Bullshit. I think Kwame should still be locked up.
Absolutely. What's worse is the people of the city of Detroit are welcoming him with open arms. After he defrauded them out of millions.
Yeah, because they don't care. They don't care.
We love you, Kwame. Come on back.
They love him. Kwame's a thief, man.
Take all of our money.
He's a thug. He's a thug and a thief, and he still belongs in jail. And it wasn't a good. It was not. See, this is exactly why we got Walmart issues in Oregon, Portland, because we let guys like Kwame out of jail, and it just says to the younger generations that you go act a fool. You can do that. It's okay. You can do it. You finna go do it. Go do it to it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So.
Yes, sir. Slap on the wrist.
Nothing to fear. No accountability. No accountability.
None whatsoever.
I'm going to do a whole segment on no accountability. That guy in Texas that shot those 5 people. I mean, we got that stuff going on. I mean, he's probably in the news more than ever. But you know what, dude? Consistently, American gun deaths are about $48,000 to $52,000 or $48,000 to $52,000, pending by dealer financing, church charges, and destination fees. Title taxes are extra. About 52,000 annually in gun deaths, but $250,000 in medical malpractice.
Medical malpractice.
Yes.
We say 700 people die a day.
About 680 people die a day in medical malpractice here in America. And that is about 5 times as many as gun deaths. But yet we have a huge thing going on over gun deaths in America and shootings. Let the shootings begin.
Let there be shootings.
Not many more people die in the United States over even traffic accidents is right about the same rate. And when you put those together, they're less than half as much as medical malpractice and annual deaths.
Interesting.
And I don't hear anything about that. I think people need to say some stuff.
Doesn't fit the narrative.
We got Gina coming in. Oregon is nothing like Detroit. You would never come back if you went to Oregon. The hell if I wouldn't. Yeah. Gina, sounds like you only know of a particular part of Oregon.
Once you leave the Metro Detroit area, segregation.
Go to Portland, lady, and see what happens there. You'll cry, I promise.
You got to step around the tents, though.
The tents and the poo-poo.
The poo-poo.
Should we put up some Oregon? Some Oregon video? Can I pull up some Oregon video and put it on?
Yeah.
Can you give me a picture going in here? Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here? Let's see what we can bring up. Oh, I can't do that without my eyeballs. Alejandro needs glasses. All right, we're going to try and find...
Well, Alex is working on that. Let's do a little celebrity birthdays today. Pull up my screen here. There we go. Let's see. Who of importance had a birthday today?
Somebody in Portland had a birthday today?
Kirsten Dunst is 41.
Ooh,
she's
nice.
And that MJ from Spider-Man, I believe. Mary Jane.
Yeah.
She's fine.
She's a classic beauty. You know, she's
Absolutely.
not. She's not like, oh wow, you're beautiful, and she's not like, you're okay. She's like a classic, timeless beauty.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like she'll always be pretty and always be beautiful, but she won't always have that wow factor. But she won't ever be without what she's got.
Isaiah Thomas is 62. If anybody's an old Detroit Pistons fan.
Oh, Isaiah Thomas, man, he's a bad boy.
Gal Gadot, Superwoman or Supergirl. No. Wonder Woman. There we go. Wonder Woman.
With the bracelets.
Yes. She is 38. She is smoking hot. Mr. B, whoever that is 18. He's a YouTube star.
Oh, Mr. Beast.
Mr. B.
Oh, Mr. B?
Mr. B. B-E-E.
I don't know who that is. Who's Mr. B? Who he be?
Either.
Who do he be? Who Mr. B be?
I don't know who he be. He be Mr. B.
Anyways. So those Portland, are they just kind of general celebrity birthdays? What's going on with those?
Those are just celebrities.
Oh, yeah. I seen a thing. Google's got it up for Alan Rickman something. I know we lost him in 2016 though, but we're not doing obituaries. Maybe we should do obituaries.
Hey, you want no obituary? Just read the Detroit News.
You know what? Here in Detroit, though, we got to do an obituary. I was thinking about doing some public disservice announcements. What do you think about that?
Alan Richmond. Nope. Never mind. I grabbed the wrong one.
Wow, those are old.
Yeah, what do you got over there?
I'm just kind of surprised at what I'm finding here. Let's see. All right, let's see. Shocking video shows homeless man in Portland attacking drug counselor's car.
That's always nice.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Portland. Let's see what else we got here. Lawrence Jones talking to Portland's Commissioner Renee Gonzalez about decisions on homeless. Hey, look, we got some other reportings. Grand jury in Marion County finds Oregon State Police trooper justified in deadly shooting. Here's one. Let's go to this one. Let's watch this video. Let's see what we got here. Here's a little bit of some, I don't know, some homeless guy from Portland. We need to call homeless Bob here in Detroit at some point, though. Formerly a homeless Portland man shares journey to finding a house. Let's see what he's got going on here. You're going to get any audio out of this guy? There we go. What's going on in Portland? We didn't screen it here. Look at all that tents out there. You see that?
Hey,
They're all over LA.
There's so many homeless people on the West Coast. You know?
This is all over.
Be thankful for the roof over your head.
You know, he doesn't need much else. Happy just to be there.
No, bad juju.
Kind of the reality. You know what's really going on in the Portland area there, and it's been that way for quite a while. I can't hear a word you say. You sound muffled.
Check.
Keep it
Do I
quilted
sound
means
muffled?
you keep it the best. Keep it quilted means comfort that feels
What is
good
that?
and does good.
we got some secret drops over there. What's going on?
I think I ran into an ad.
Oh, you gotta love those ads, man. I can give you a key for a fucking registered membership, so you don't have to see that stuff. Yes. Anyways, Portland is suffering that thing, all that stuff, pretty bad. You know.
We got some odd people in Arkansas as well. Apparently, what do we have here? Woman indicted after selling body parts for $11,000.
Keep it quilted.
Yikes.
An Arkansas woman pleaded not guilty to charges. She sold stolen body parts from medical school corpses for $11,000 to a Pennsylvania man she met on social media. Candace Chapman Scott, 36, a former mortuary worker, is accused of selling 20 body parts to a man she met through a Facebook group about oddities, according to the April 5th indictment. Scott pleaded not guilty to 12 counts, including conspiracy to commit mail fraud,
Been a lot of that going on.
conspiracy to commit wire fraud. You know, lots of conspiracy and fraud charges. Where are the charges that, hey, you stole some shit and you were going to sell body parts? You would think that would be the moral of the story. They're more worried about wire fraud.
Well, yeah, because we like selling body parts on the black market. It's cool and profitable. Bling.
It's kind of the way they put away the mobsters back in the day in the 80s and 90s. They got them on all those RICO charges because they couldn't get any murder charges or anything else to stick on them. So, they trumped up a bunch of RICO charges and gave them all 50, 75, 100-year sentences that they would never be able to serve.
Right. Yeah. So, again, it's just a horse and pony show. It's all
Can't
the
get 'em
fucking
for what they did. So let's, trump up some charges and put them away for some peddly bullshit.
Wow. Hey, was it you was telling me yesterday about the German cord naked landlord?
Yeah. It was I think it was an Australian guy who
Yeah.
was running through a village or some shit like that, hitting people with something.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear about that kid in Warren whose bus driver had some kind of blackout or some kind of
I saw that in passing. Yeah.
yeah
didn't read it,
kid,
but-
little this 12th grader or 7th grader, some got up there and his bus driver was having some kind of physical condition and passed out at the wheel, and this kid ran up there and just kind of brought the bus to a stop and was like, call 911, call 9, just handed it like a little trooper, man. So
Yeah.
I didn't get the boy's name, but shout out to him for some Detroit area stuff, man. That was cool. But yeah, I was flipping through a bunch of stuff earlier and found that while going through. I also seen something about the FDA approving some vaccines in food. Dude, I know. I was, what? I was going through TikTok or some shit, and this popped up as like it wasn't like somebody was saying it was like they were showing another document or some video clip or something, you know what I'm saying, hey, look what I found. And that's basically what it was like. And I don't know how old it was. I didn't get to see it. Once you scroll on something on TikTok, it's generally you can count on it being gone because it just refreshes whatever the fuck it wants. It's got a mind of its own,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So German soccer match abandoned after referee doused in beer.
Ooh. I'd be okay with that. I mean, douse me in beer. We'll keep playing.
Pending, being a nudist opposes plans for cable car over their beach. No. Can you imagine that? Like, some things we just know, like I'm going to tell you something I learned about people that are attracted persons. Okay. there's another part of that, but I'm just going to tell you, attracted persons and the like always put themselves in positions of access. You know, and the cable car just seems to be that.
No, just think anybody can jump on, anybody can jump off.
You know, I can tell you, like, yeah, you can get
It has been a lot of fun.
Hey, you can get on and get off, or you can get off and get on. Oh my God. Rocket science.
Okay, let's put an end to this pathetic hoedown.
Felon sentenced after posing with gun in Instagram video. Fort Myers, Florida. I wonder if that was Grady's territory. Convicted felon in Florida who appeared in social media posts holding a handgun was sentenced to 2.5 years in federal prison. Timmy Christopher Filorni, 23, was sentenced Friday in Fort Myers Federal Court, according to court records, on April 18th, when the story was posted. You got to be an idiot today to be doing these kind of things on social media. I heard something about Chat GTP handing over a bunch of information on like account pictures that Max wanted posters. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, no wonder why they want. It's like some precog type shit. We all seen how that goes. You know, the end of that one didn't go very well.
You are the lowest form of life on earth.
What's that? A piece of American politician?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? A boy, 13 years old, gets stuck climbing into a claw machine for a price. Now you gotta understand, these are all odd stories from the AP
Claw
News.
machine.
Yeah, this is all AP reporting.
What's a claw machine?
Well, first of all, let's go to Charlotte, North Carolina, y'all. I think that's gonna give us a setting for a story.
Ready to get the claw machine out, boy.
Yeah, 13-year-old boy got stuck. Oh, a claw machine, one of them vending machines.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, okay, that's starting. I am thinking some logging equipment or some shit, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's just me.
That's not a bad place to be if you're a kid. If you're stuck in one of those things, you're in heaven for a few minutes.
You know, you
until
probably, I
realize
know,
you
it's
can't
like,
get the fuck out.
it's like an overgrown Tonka toy. But anyways, a 13-year-old boy had to be freed from a claw machine after he climbed inside hoping to score a prize. According to some North Carolina amusement park. Carowinds officials were alerted just before 2 p.m. Sunday that the boy was inside the Cosmic XL bonus game, which contained plush prizes, according to Courtney C. McGarry Weber, a spokesperson for the park of South Charlotte. Oh, it was just loaded with plush prizes. How could you not want to climb in there? I swear to God.
I'll tell you what, if I, my kids were 5 or 7 or whatever, and I stuck them inside one of those claw machines, I'd have a hell of a time getting them out. As a side note, though, claw machines are in violation of Islamic teachings and are outlawed.
I believe that.
Because it involves luck.
Luck?
Yep.
Luck isn't a thing. Luck is not a thing.
Sometimes it is.
Who thinks luck is a thing? I don't think luck is a thing at all. I think luck is another way to describe something like experience intersecting with opportunity, perhaps.
Not always.
No?
Even the little things. Sometimes you're better.
Luck? I
Sometimes
don't know,
it's better to
man.
be lucky than good.
Luck? What is that even? It's like karma. It's like, I've never ran into karma. Like him and I have never bumped. Like, hey, karma, that the fuck you are. Where you been? He's like, I'm just hanging out over here with luck.
I mean, yeah, you might get lucky today, but you'll probably pay for it tomorrow or the day after. Or
that's. I'll tell you what. If luck and karma were a couple of buddies of mine, I know one of them would be on the night shift. I'll just tell you that. Yikes! I know luck is one of those things I find kind of funny, man. It's also been kind of insulting to me at some points in my life too, where it's like, you get something, you work your ass off for something, and people only see the goal of the journey. They don't see the journey, and then they kind of look at you like somebody handed this to you. That's insulting to me. You know what I'm saying? When you work your ass off to cultivate a goal or a dream in your life, and then people only see that part of it. They don't see the journey to get there. You know what I'm saying? And then they think you're lucky. They have to throw that lucky thing on there. And this is why
about your job. I make this, I do that. It's a great job. Oh, lucky you.
I can't stand that shit.
No.
I can't stand that shit.
I've
It's
busted
insulting
my
as
ass
fuck,
for
dude.
years to get to where I am.
It's insulting as hell to a guy like me who actually, like I said, works for everything I have, earns it, and then maintains it. You know what I'm saying? I maintain my shit, man. I take care of my stuff and the stuff that I have. You know, that's my responsibility. But luck, man, to me is one of those things that's, I understand getting lucky. And let me tell you, I kind of believed in luck for a long time, but a lot of that I think is left up to your own input. And that's why, to me, if I was going to have to give anybody a definition of luck, it's basically, a level of awareness intersecting with an opportunity and being able to take advantage of it. And you could almost describe every lucky event that you could call lucky in its term, with that same description, So again, I have different perspectives on some things that, some people wouldn't necessarily agree with, and other people might take a minute to try and comprehend because I'm just not normal that way. I don't ever.
What
plan
is
on being-
normal?
What is it? It's as objective as luck, I guess, right? And be whatever you want it to be, just like my gender. It's kind of fluidy. I'm feeling for my car though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it will always be trans. It will always have trans fluid. It probably doesn't know what it is from day to day. I wonder if I should get it some counseling and medication.
Do you put tranny fluid in it? Or neutral gender shift juice?
Look, if you're going to make a neutral gender shift, I think the juice should be good. I'm just saying. It sounds logical to me. I want my juice to be good on a neutral gender shift. I guess, could that be like a neutral gender? That term seems kind of acceptable. Like if I didn't want to have anything to do with any type of person, I just call myself gender neutral.
Well,
Like I'm in neutral. I'm not going one way or the other. I'm just there.
Where do you pee though?
Where do I pee?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I have a penis. The fucking world is my toilet. Oh man.
But you're not running into the women's bathroom to pee.
Only if she invites me in. No, I'm kidding. No, you wouldn't catch me in any public women's restroom.
No.
Not by any means. No. Nope.
Not unless the dude's restroom was fucked and it was locked.
Now, see, I've done that before. I will use a women. I've gone to the women's restroom before by accident. I thought there was a lot of stalls in that bathroom that day. Let me tell you.
Where the hell are all the urinals?
Yeah, exactly. And then that was the girliest man I ever heard in my life. And those are some tiny boots. I know, right? Oh boy. I would never been so embarrassed, man. I was just waiting to get yanked by the shoulder. Excuse me, sir. And then a hand on my shoulder, It never happened. I just marched out of that store when I realized what happened. I came out of the stall because I went in there to take a dump. And I was in such a hurry. I must have just seen the men on the women part of the bathroom sign and figured good enough.
Goes in there and drops a monster deuce.
Oh, dude, I did.
Totally blows it out.
I did.
Leaves it in there for all the women to breathe
And
in.
let me tell you the things that ran through my mind, dude. The things that ran through my mind. I'm listening to a bunch of women talking, thinking there's something not right about going on. Because I'm like, what? The voices are why? And it didn't add up, but no urinals, right? First of all, when I walked in, because the one thing that hit me was there weren't any urinals, but I didn't make the connection that I was in the fucking women's restroom.
That's the first thing you look for when you go into a bathroom.
Oh, anymore. Absolutely. I better see a urinal or I'm going to go outside and check the sign on the door. I can't help that now. That's got to happen. That's got to happen for sure. Yeah. Gender neutral. I don't know.
Gender neutral shift juice.
Yeah. Not good stuff. AP's got a lot of weirdies out here, man. I'll tell you that.
Yes, sir.
Politics, sports, entertainment, business, technology, health, science, oddities, lifestyle. Let's see what AP's giving us in the lifestyle department. Maybe we'll see if we can find some screwed up TikTok videos. Those are always fun. I found a young lady who likes to make sure that when he's trading in his sweater, I'll show you the video.
Here's a good story.
Shoot, what do you got?
Progressive LGBT group pressures Bud Light to renew transgender support amid Dylan Mulvaney fallout. So they want the beer can campaign to keep going. You know, it's funny. I was listening to the news yesterday, and they said Anheuser-Busch has lost almost an equal amount in the last 2 weeks that other beer companies have gained in revenue.
Oh yeah, they had to. All those drinkers had to go somewhere, didn't they?
Coors, Miller, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. All those beer drinkers had to go somewhere.
And then you have the bar down in Indiana that we talked about that is now kicking their patrons out, who are sitting there bitching about the beer cans. And now they're bitching and crying that they want their patrons back.
But the trans community, am I correct in saying that the trans community wants them to still maintain some level of support for their sexual orientation?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I like that. You know, I wish I could get them. Well, you know, I guess I could say as a dude, as a guy, as a man, as a bro, right? As a dad.
Bruh.
Man, Bud Light has fueled a lot of crazy nights for me as a young man.
Oh, yeah.
Bud Light has been there for my heterosexuality.
For sure.
In some of the craziest ways, too. Bud Light, we've used you to abuse you, too, man. You know, so I don't know. And maybe it's time that, you know, things are changing in a way that us men, here's to me, Mr. Bud Light played a crazy part of my life back in the 20s, but today is nothing representing what it was for me to be a man back then, guy.
Real American hero.
Real American failures. Mr. Transgender Changer. Here's to you, Mr. Transgender Changer. Oh, my God.
We salute you who refuses to cut it off, but you want to be a woman.
Oh, woman with a penis. I can't help it. What am I supposed to do?
Chicks with dicks that are bigger than yours.
Oh, no, we ain't going there with that. We ain't going there. Those chicks is what, I don't know, man. They're nice, though. They're good people to talk to. I've enjoyed a few conversations. I've always had to keep rejecting, though, but. There you go.
Trying to bring you home?
Sometimes I, what's that?
Are they trying to bring you home?
Yeah, they've always been trying to bring me home since I was little, man. It's like, nah, man. Is that your sister, though?
Gotta give her the Viagra test.
Yeah, no.
Is Anna Nicole Smith still dead, Wolf?
Yes, we're going to updating our viewers coming up shortly on.
Can't wait for that.
This.
I heard she's still warm though.
Yeah. Said the coroner.
Yeah, right. Man, I got 3 stories here at U.S. News in the AP, and all of them grouped. Just the 3 of them, man, take up one section. An armed man wounded, 2 officers hit, saved by vests, 9 injured by gunfire in South Carolina. Party now recovering, and a U.S. helicopter that crashed in Fairweather Mountains there in Alaska.
I heard about the Alaska one.
Yeah, military. They have 2 guys recovered, or 2. They identified 2 of the. Fallen.
I always wondered what causes that within the military. You'd think that their machinery and vehicles are tuned to the highest possibility, and they would run like a top forever.
Yeah, the thing you got to remember though, man, is you're dealing with a machine.
This is true. It's
you're dealing with a machine. It's only going to be so good for so long, and it's unpredictable. You can just guess. Everything's an educated guess, and then the complications that these military equipment go through, man, like they are technically advanced and complicated and intricate and layered, and they're just very, very, very complex. Look at Texas border city struggles with a large arrival of immigrants. Brownsville, Texas, man. You know what? I don't know why and what am I missing here? Why is not the Texas's National Guard doing something down there about that border? Why are they leaving it? Is it 100% federal obligation? I don't understand what's going on there.
As far as I know, but I don't think the military for the United States is allowed to intervene. It has to be done on a state level. As far as guarding the any property. within the
Right.
state of Texas, even if it is a federal border. The Texas National Guard or the Texas Guard has to take care of that. So it's up to the governor. So
Yeah. I mean, it is the governor, and it's the governor's state border, and it's also the governor's National Guard.
yeah, but does the governor want those people in there though? That's the thing.
Well, see, this is what I'm getting to, I guess. So if the governor of Texas has an option to, and see, again, I am not coming at this from any expert. I haven't been able to do a lot of research on any of this. The only thing I've been able to do is just kind of be subject to the bullshit that everybody's feeding me, and I'm trying to come to some conclusions along with everybody else, right? So that's why I'm like, why how come we're not hearing nothing about Texas National Guard?
Oh,
It might be a federal border, but that's also a state border.
Probably got a lot to do with trying to buy votes.
So how do you not protect the border, even as a state governor employing your own National Guard, and expect to acquire votes?
They're getting them from the people who are already embedded there in Texas that are of Mexican descent.
I see what you're saying. But how is that? It's not like they got it on a ballot. Like, not do nothing about the border, or maybe do something. Vote now.
But when it comes time for him to run for office, I'm sure if he shuts that border down completely and locks it up tight, there'll be a lot of people who are voting him out.
Oh, I see. I don't know, man. I see that as that. I don't know. I'd be like, that'd be kind of insulting to me too, because I'd be like, dude, what the fuck took you so long?
Yes, sir.
I might have voted for you if you did that 3 years ago.
Right.
The first thing I want to know is what took you so damn long?
That's another thing while we're talking about National Guard and all that other good shit. I've always thought that the National Guard should be patrolling our schools. Maybe stop this influx that we have of people who are walking into our schools and shooting people. Little kids.
That's there's just
the
like
reserves.
everything. I can dig that, but what would you do? Put them plain clothes?
No,
out front,
hell
like
no,
cars? You
no.
just have them marching around with their rifles.
Right in the military. Yeah, right in the military fatigue. Most schools these days have one open door that you can get into during the day. You can get
I
out.
couldn't imagine that though, dude. As a kid, pulling up to your school and having to have a bunch of guys with guns stand out front to make sure you get in there safely. I understand.
I don't think you would post them outside the building. I think you would post them inside the building, right next to wherever the entrance is. They're gonna have a main entrance.
Right.
Have them at a desk sitting right there.
Yeah, I have them all over the place, but just kind of like identified as staff. You know what I'm saying? Like visually, they'd look like staff, like regular personnel, like a janitor. You know what I'm saying? They'd look like a janitor. They look like they work in the kitchen. They look like all these other things as opposed to some militaristic or paramilitary appearance.
I mean, I don't know if I were gonna walk into a school like that and shoot somebody or do some crazy shit like that. If I saw some military people standing right there with guns in hand, my ass is turning back around.
Now, I would put signs out front.
Yeah,
I would put signs out front that there are military personnel that are heavily armed with automatic firearms that will stop you should you decide that your drama is that sincere.
You will die.
Oh, you're going to be a shredded mess, man. You're going to be a shredded mess. We're going to, whoa. But you know what, man? Again, like the whole thing, Texas has been wanting to do all these things. Oh, we're going to be our own country. Who's your president? The Bush family? Is that your president? Oh my God, that was a mistake. To me, that was the biggest conflict and one of the biggest national security risks ever was giving George W. Bush access to the petrodollar, being an American oil baron.
Yes, I agree.
Being an American oil baron, we're going to give him the presidency and control of that VistaFed, that company that does all the gay printing for fucking Federal Reserve, right? Giving control of that and the presidency of the United States to any of the Bush family was a direct conflict of interest right away. No wonder we had 9/11 with little Georgie Jr.'s ass.
Yeah.
Seriously. No wonder we had. And then to what? Look at all the truths that are coming out of that now. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. And if you know me, a spoiler alert's the new term for conspiracy theorist. I don't use conspiracy theorists. From now on, anybody I meet telling me anything that seems like that's just going to tell me they're giving me awareness of what's going to happen in the future. Apparently, is how this works now. You know what I'm saying? It's all I can deduce. That's how spoiler alert works. The spoiler alertists and the conspiracy theorists are the same asshole.
Spoiler alert.
So there's that.
Beep beep.
We got a couple of things parked up. We got vehicles moving in out front here. Studio is in a room, in a place.
Get off my plane.
Get off my plate. So that's about it for the weird news, the oddity stuff. There's plenty of that.
Do we have any sports fans in our audience?
Oh, we do, man. I'm a Detroit Tigers fan through and through.
Well, good. We can talk about baseball.
Yeah, bring it. What do you got, man?
Does anybody think that the steroid players of the late 90s and early 2000s should be in the Hall of Fame? The Barry Bonds, the Mark McGwire, the Roger Clemens. The people who probably saved baseball after the 1994 players' strike that lasted 9 or 10 months. And they had, attendance figures were way down all the way across the board, even Yankee Stadium.
That. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa come and save the show and start hitting 50, 60, 70 home runs in the season and, put asses back in the seats.
Yeah, they really kind of did, didn't they? I think they changed. I think the MLB during that period also changed some other rules of the game that made a little quicker too.
They did that actually just this season. They
did some more changes.
A time clock and all that other good shit.
Yeah, gotcha. But I know there was not too long ago they made some other changes to get the game a little more peppy because they were, it's just kind of there was a point there where you're sitting at the game, it was just not a lot happening. Everybody's too busy, trying to get the guy out at first when he's going for a steal,
But going back to what we were talking about is these guys pretty much saved the game of baseball. Bud Selig, who the commissioner was back in the day, basically turned a blind eye to the fact that these people were obviously juicing. They had
right
forearms the size of my legs.
Yeah, right. Roid rage and the whole
exactly.
kid and caboodle. Yeah,
you look at these people and go, yeah, they're on roids.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody said shit.
No, because they did bring in the numbers because they sold. They crunched the numbers.
Profits.
They crunched the numbers. Yep. They crunched the numbers. They filled the seats, like you said, and that sells merchandise, that sells food, that sells tickets, that sells, everything. The actual home game, man, the stadium game is probably like
You can't say no.
You just can't. They're like, hey, you want an elephant ear? $35, and you can't say no. You want a hot dog? $12.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, money. That's what it's got to do. It's got something to do with everything. It's called cash. Bring in money. We'll give you cash.
Allow me to retort.
Retort.
So again, I think these guys should be in the Hall of Fame. Everybody's calling for an asterisk if they let them in. I think that's bullshit. Steroids really wasn't frowned upon. They were never investigated. Probably until Barry Bonds started in his career, that's when the whole Balco case came across, and then they started busting all these people who were doing roids. But they made sure the game was in healthy standing before they did all this.
Yeah. They built the base back up, and then on their way out, it was something that could still continue for sure. But yeah, because at that point, man, I think baseball was definitely taking some hits.
Oh, it's a dying breed.
It's
another 5 years in that state.
And they'd have been getting women's pay, huh? They'd have been getting women's baseball league pay. They've been some roller derby shit going on.
They'd have been making the NBA and the NFL profit share with them.
Exactly. That's hilarious. Like, you guys don't sell as many seats as the women do anymore. I'm sorry.
This is some fucked up repugnant shit.
No, it's just minor league baseball. That is some repugnances. That's some repugnances.
So with the whole Title IX thing, with the men who want to be women, basically, they're going to join the women's sports. Will we consider that the JV league,
The JV league,
the junior varsity team?
Junior varsity team. Yeah, we might as well, right?
And especially you get enough of them.
You might as well. There'll be enough, at least enough for a golf course. That's for sure. Have you been going through YouTube at all? I mean, have you been watching YouTube? Been getting any updates or anything like that from YouTube?
Not today.
No? Okay. Just wondering. It's one of those things I usually go through.
What is a miracle?
Miracle as in whip?
Yeah, Miracle Whip is good.
Miracle Whip is okay.
Paprika.
Hey, got a clip of you. Shows us live. Look at that. I'm on my own homepage. Get out of here.
And look at that. You're not back feeding.
Because I'm not listening. I'm not watching. I'm not watching. So it won't be back feeding. Not at all. But I am flipping through my YouTube homepage just to kind of see what's going on with everybody. Ha. Fun fact, orange and brown are the same color from Dade Murphy. If you ain't seen Dade Murphy on YouTube, go check him out. He's pretty cool dude, man. He does a lot of voiceover or voice acting for or lip syncing for some really good music choices and other things. Very entertaining guy. But he says, fun fact, orange and brown are the same color. Have a nice day. I'm like, oh my God, don't even. How is that possible, dude? No, we're gonna have to figure it out. We'll do that later.
Let's see here. The NRA is suing the state of Washington for their blatantly unconstitutional gun ban. NRA filed a lawsuit in Washington state following Democratic Governor Jay Inslee signing a sweeping gun package into law, which includes a ban on so-called assault weapons. They went on to say this new law is blatantly unconstitutional. The Supreme Court long ago ruled that states cannot ban firearms that are in common use. Your thoughts on that? No one needs an AR-15 to protect their family. You only need it to kill other families.
Why would
Tell
you
the people who are
use
doing that on the streets every night.
They
don't use it to kill families. They use it to kill each other.
I mean, you got to use the right. We got to use the right weapon at the right time at the right place. Like somebody's breaking into your house, you don't want to be firing off an AR-15. It's a high velocity round. It's probably going to go into your neighbor's house.
Probably.
You want to do some game loading the shotgun.
Yeah.
That's when somebody charges your house, that's on almost on the level of potentially will wind up or could be close quarters combat.
Very true.
So that's what you really want to be prepared for. Most of these home invasions are just that, people at your door, right? So you don't want to recklessly shoot a high velocity cartridge out the front door through somebody. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just blast through somebody with such great speed that they really don't feel it, for one, because it happens so fast. And then secondly, it winds up in somebody's head across the street when the velocity drops, it does a lot more damage.
Presenting the 50 cal Eagle.
Oh my God, right.
For when your neighbor has a break-in and the perpetrator is hiding behind the fridge next door.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, I see him behind the fridge next door. Fire.
The war is a total disaster. It's a catastrophe, nothing less.
They're all catastrophes, man. There's nothing pretty about war. Nobody ever really wins a war. Nobody ever wins a war. And anybody that proclaims the winning of a war is just a dumbass. Dumbass in disguise. What was there? The Transformers and the Autobots?
The Transformers.
And what was the other Kmart version?
The GoBots, I believe.
The GoBots? Were you and I just talking about that?
No. But I remember.
Was it the GoBots?
Oh, yeah.
Probably was the GoBots. I don't remember. I know there was a couple different versions. One of them was the cheap version. One of them was the OG. The Transformer was the OG.
Yep, GoBots it was. For real.
Have you checked out Twitter, Mike? You following Twitter at all?
Not really. I know you had some clips.
Yeah, I got some Twitter stuff here going through my feed. Before you scroll, we're updating our terms of service. Okay. Oh yeah, I heard Syria about all the stuff going on in Syria. Man, I don't know what to think about it. I'm not up on it. It's going to be hard for me to have a comment on Syria. I know the hundreds of people are dying over there, and it's not good. And I don't know what else to say about that. I know it's basically, let's go to the comments, though. What do we got? We only got 2 comments.
How often do you hear anything good happening in the Middle East?
Man, I mean, the sad truth to that, though.
I mean, it's oppression over there.
Yeah.
Dictators, you have to live like this. You have to live by Sharia law or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, I can't say Sharia
Cover your
law.
faces. Can't get drunk.
I mean, I guess there's a lot of ways to look at that, man. There's a lot of ways. There's so many perspectives to be held on that all over the world. Well, no, I don't want to say so many. It's either you do or you don't, primarily, and the reasons why, though. But with Sharia, it's all religious. It's a religious thing, man. It's about to them, it's purification, and and there's so many other contradictory things going on there. I get it. It seems like
This is a convenient law. Make it so.
Rules for thee, not for me. That's what it boils down to mostly, man. Rules for thee, not for me. And all these things are, I don't care where you go, where you're from. It's all the same. It's all the same. China's not better than Russia, not better than the United States, not better than South America, not better than Africa. It's just a different version of somebody's same sob story.
And who wants religion controlling their life?
I don't either.
Fuck that.
You don't have to tell me how to be spiritual, just like you don't have to tell me how to be a good person.
No, I don't need a Bible or anything to tell me how to do shit like that.
No, on the level of
more common sense than anything. But
absolutely, I think it's a more common sense than anything, and I think everybody is born with their own version of that, and what and how it needs to be. Because I'll tell you what, like, oh man, have you heard? Who Steven Crowder is, don't you?
Yes.
Have you heard what's been going on with him and his divorce lately?
I have not.
See, I caught Crowder on the Joe Rogan Experience, and I was completely like shocked by his attitude with Joe Rogan. I totally was, dude. And the thing of what I discovered about Steven Crowder at that time was the fact, and this was back when Rogan did the. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I can bring up a. Maybe I can get us a. Where you at?
Crowder's YouTube channel has been demonetized twice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because he's very controversial in those regards. But I'm gonna see if I can play a clip here, if I can find one. Crowder on JRE. See what we got. Yeah, this is a 3-hour 57. Here. Somebody else is doing it. Speaking of Joe Rogan, you're my hero. That's funny. I didn't know that's true. So that's what Crowder said too. He's like, I probably wouldn't talk about it. Joe's like, what do you mean? He did kind of push it out of him in that regard. However, the way he handled it was not very like that whole discussion got way more aggressive than that. I don't think this guy's gonna show us that. I don't think this guy's gonna show us that. Wait, yeah. Oh, not bad.
Oh, it's still all medications instead.
You know, um, you see how this kind of went sideways?
Amazing how profitable it is to keep people sick.
What? What? Give me a break. Give me a fucking break on that traffic fatality shit. You know what I'm saying, Mike? I'm going to tell you this. Look, the people that are out there driving high have been doing it for decades.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They've been doing it for decades, and nobody fucking can tell them apart from any other dumbass on the road today. It's not the same as being drunk. It's not the same. Boy! Well, you call me boy? All right, let's get back. Let's get back and watch Rogan. See, the thing was the way this whole conversation went with Crowder and Rogan was like, I just imagine that if Crowder was an elected official, he couldn't wait to tell you how to live your life.
Yeah, sounds like it.
You know what I'm saying? So back when this was done, I realized that. And now with this whole thing about his divorce coming out, did you see the video his wife released in response to his video? You didn't see that, huh?
Nope. Somebody's saying they couldn't hear Joe Rogan.
Oh, no. Yeah, we just got him on pause right now. I'm sorry. Let me get back to me. We put this conversation on pause for a second because I was kind of getting to the point. I just wanted to show how Steven Crowder has really kind of been exposed and falling down here, man. It's kind of sad. He was on, like he was the campus guy that was just changed my mind. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen those memes where he's just changed my mind? You know? And that's really what got him going, man. And then he started kind of debating everybody publicly with that just changed my mind stuff. And of course, people enjoy conflict because that's how humans are.
Gotta have something to bitch about.
I mean, I get it. Trolls give people things to do. Man, you wouldn't believe how many people make a living on answering just troll comments, right? I mean, come on, man. That's a whole endless supply of content in itself is just dealing with trolls and ignorant statements, you know. But this whole divorce thing with him, there was a video released by her in answer to his response of the divorce that he released. And all it did was expose him as this horribly controlling person. Like it was
Killing the lowest form of life on earth.
And I don't know if you know anything about Daily Wire and Candace Owens also working together, right? Because Crowder, Candace Owens, all these people work together at the Daily Wire on, they in their primary bases, a lot of YouTube stuff. And she kind of chimed in on it, man. But if you're not familiar with Candace Owens or who she is, let's see if we can find a little. I just watched some stuff where she just posted herself some stuff on Crowder that was kind of amazing. She kind of brought it to light for me, and I was like, I knew this was coming. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, here it is right here. Here's the video right here. All right. So for Candace Owens to open up like that on somebody, dude, I'm going to tell you, you know that shit was wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's opening statement, right? That's like she's introducing.
Hip-hop TV in Australia. You know what time it is. Don't change the devil, my nigga. Yeah.
Chisholm on what? Some Snoop. You know, but that's kind of harsh coming from Candace Owens. Yikes. Michigan based. All right. So that's basically the deal right there with Mr. Steven Crowder kind of falling out of grace. It's not a good deal for him, unfortunately.
Does it smell good enough for you in there? How do you like that? Is it good?
Which board is that?
That's the my instance.
There we go. That's good.
Everyone just have a big round of applause for my instance. That's right.
Daddy, chill.
I will when I will.
Daddy, chill.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We're reporting the news now, I guess, in some form or fashion or another. I'm Alejandro, and that's Mike.
Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, Mike. Let's go.
Come on, man.
Daddy, chill.
But yeah, Steven Crowder's fallen out of graces on YouTube. It's been a bad ride for him. What else was going on over here on the world of the tube?
The tube.
The tubligation, the tubular. We're an hour 43 into tonight's cast with a couple of people involved. You know, Saturday nights might be better.
Yeah, I was just having the same thought myself.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it could only be every other Saturday.
That's okay. But it could be every Sunday.
Or it could be every Sunday.
I see.
Well, I just can't do every Saturday, though. I got my kids.
He's got kids.
I got my boys.
You know, hey, man.
Shout out to my boys, Justin
Hey.
and Joey.
What's up, guys? Haven't seen you in a while. Justin and Joey.
Both those kids were about 5 foot, maybe, when you saw them last.
Yeah, I can just imagine.
My older,
How'd that happen?
my older one's about 6'5", 6'6". And
Nice.
my younger one's probably about an inch taller than I am now.
Really?
16 years old.
Wow, dude.
So,
Wow.
to my boys out there, I love you.
Growing up fast.
Indeed. Strong with the force they will be.
They will be.
How's everybody liking Big Farm?
You like Big Pharma?
Pharma?
Big Farm Pharma? What kind of farm are you talking about, man?
Not the kind you play on your phone.
Oh, hey, I had some interesting conversations with ChatGTP.
Yeah?
Bruh. I'm trying to see them here. I'm not finding it. Usually ChatGTP will load that stuff up. I did find out some stuff about Godzilla today, though, man. Life magazine did some kind of anniversary on Godzilla. You're a Godzilla fan? I don't know. I like Godzilla, though. He's always been a big hero of mine, oddly enough.
Godzilla's pretty damn cool.
You know, big, happy, destructive guy who's cute. You know, you even had a kid and started a family and shit. Who was the Mrs. Godzilla? That's why I wanted to know. Who laid that egg?
Somebody did. That was a lab project.
It wasn't me. Yeah, that was kind of the basis behind Godzilla there, man. Being Godzilla, we'll see after Hiroshima. Hiroshima is what supposedly created Godzilla.
Ching chong ching.
Yes. Yes. You know? Here's some odd facts about Godzilla, actually. Like, he's a fictional monster that first appeared in 1954. The Japanese film Gojira. Here's some facts about Godzilla.
Gojira.
Yeah, Godzilla is typically portrayed a giant toxic creature, dinosaur that awoke a mutated nuclear action. So he was nuclear radiated by Hiroshima, and then he came out of that. The character was created by Tomoyuki Tanaka with special effects by Eiji Tsuburaya and a musical score by Akira Ifukube. The name Godzilla is a combination of the Japanese words for gorilla and whale. Yes. The musical score, let's see, the name Godzilla was depicted as a metaphor for the dangers of nuclear weapons and radiation, as Japan had experienced the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki only a few years earlier.
Nagasaki.
Godzilla. Godzilla is typically depicted as a towering monster with a reptilian appearance, sharp teeth, and spines running down its back. I don't know if those are spines.
He kind of reminded me of like a T-Rex on meth.
Yeah, except he's got longer arms. And I think he can reach it. While Godzilla is often portrayed as a destructive force, it has also been depicted as a hero or ally to humanity in some stories, right? Like, he's like, look, these are my humans. You don't fuck with them. I'm the only one fucking with them. I'm going to kick your ass. You mess with my humans, right?
That's right.
And I respected that about him. That's why I like Godzilla and Bruce Lee are from the same era for me. You know what I'm saying? Over the years, Godzilla has appeared in more than 30 Japanese films produced by Toho Studios, including sequels, spin-offs, crossover films featuring other kaiju, Japanese giant monsters. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, and I hate to...
How many reincarnations of Godzilla can there be?
Dude, well, would you like to know?
30, 40?
Well, let's see. Godzilla has appeared in numerous films over the years, including Japanese and American productions. Here's a list of some of the noticeable Godzilla films. You ready? First one, Gojira, 1954. And we're going to move through the next film is Godzilla Raids Again, 1955. Right? So, but the title like Raids
Godzilla
Again,
2.
you know, Godzilla 2, basically, like Godzilla Raids Again, 1955. And then 1962 for the epic King Kong versus Godzilla movie in 1962. Dude, that's epic.
The dream match.
That was the dream match, wasn't it? That was the dream match of the 20th century for every young man, every little boy, any fan of any big monsters back then. That was the dream match, dude. It makes me laugh and just giggle thinking about how badass that whole show was. Mothra versus Godzilla in 1964. It was so good. It was so good, man. Did you watch that? I mean, not in the 60s, but even through the 70s or the 80s. Did anybody out there watch Godzilla? You know, because that was some, that was just entertainment.
Give us a call, 313-334-4203.
We're waiting
on
on
talk
you.
about Godzilla.
Yeah.
Or King Kong.
All right. Ghidorah and the Three-Headed Monster. Oh, that was epic. 1964, Invasion of Astro Monster. Ibira, Horror of the Deep, 1966. Son of Godzilla, 1967. There's the family I talked about. Destroy All Monsters, 1968. Makes me just want to watch that. Godzilla. I mean, if you think about that, dude, like Pokemon is a micro version of Godzilla and all his buddies.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With all these powers and all these crazy looks and all these mystical creature, bigger than life kind of things going on, more powerful than ever. Nothing can beat me or stop me with my great power. Ha 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 ha. Godzilla versus Hedorah, Godzilla versus Gigan, Godzilla versus Megalodon, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 74, Terror of Mechagodzilla 75, The Return of Godzilla in 84.
Jesus.
84 is the year 1984. Tigers won the World Series, and I was working there.
I was watching. I was about 9.
Yeah, I was 14. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, Godzilla versus Mothra versus Mechagodzilla 93 versus Space Godzilla 94 versus Destroya in 1995. What a stupid name. What was that? 1995, we were coming up with names like Destroya. Let me spell that. Destroyah.
Interesting.
Weird. And then aptly named, self-titled Godzilla 1998. Godzilla 2000 Millennium. Godzilla against Mechagodzilla 2002. Godzilla Tokyo SOS 2003.
Doing, step bro.
Godzilla Final Wars in 2004. Shin Godzilla in 2016. Godzilla King of Monsters 2019. And Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. I'm sorry. I have some lovely consolation prizes for me out back. Yes, I do. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I do.
Or you can leave one on the toilet.
Hell no!
No. Stop it. We are in the hour and 51 mark.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God!
Oh my God is right. That's right.
Yes, sir.
We're going to try some royalty-free background. We're going to spin some royalty-free background here. Background. Rah. I can't talk. How come I can't talk? 4 Hour Cyberpunk.
That
Dark
name
Synth.
sounds like royalty. Are you royalty?
I am not royalty. Huh. That doesn't look like very much fun. How about some heavy metal, no copyright? Synth pop 80s. Let's go there.
Do you suck dicks?
Nope. But I'm looking for somebody that does.
Dick Handler's always good to have.
Dick Handler, nice to meet you.
Dick Handler.
Oh. What do we got? All right, this is some total 80s background pop. I might even try to throw some lyrics on this.
I was going to say, this sounds like some Take On Me.
Yeah, it's got that vibe, doesn't it?
That Billy Idol, I believe it was. Is that Billy Idol?
What, the Take On Me?
Yeah.
Take me on. That was Uh-huh.
Oh, was it?
It was a band called Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't think that's Billy Idol.
Billy Idol, no, man. Billy Idol did the White Wedding. Wow.
Yeah, White Wedding, yes.
We did a bunch of other stuff, too. My God, I haven't heard some Billy in a long time, and I know he's still around. We still got some Billy Idol with us, though, which is a good thing. I got respect for my man, Billy Idol.
The University of Miami of Ohio women's basketball coach steps down amid an inappropriate relationship with a player.
So, a gay relationship?
Apparently. That's not a bad thing.
No. I'm just trying to clarify the facts. Why would you step down? Two consenting adults? What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if it was like a high school gig and you're with a minor child, then that would be a different story.
Why step
but,
down? Maybe there's a huge age. Maybe there's substantial age difference between two adults, and it might seem a little inadequate. It might seem a little sus that way. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's got more to do with the position of power thing. The shit they slapped on Bill Clinton, like, you know, when he was doing the whole Monica Lewinsky scandal and.
Oh yeah, right. Just kind of predatory in a sense, maybe.
Position of power.
Kind of predatory.
Get himself a beeger in the White House.
Yeah. Use the influence to fucking manipulate.
Yeah.
You know, I can see that being a good reason to step down, man. If you're out there using influence, you know, if you want to call yourself an authority figure and then you wind up using your influence to manipulate somebody into doing a Sammy Sosa or a William C. or even what this other coach has been accused of doing, man, you're a piece of shh.
For real.
Not sunshine.
Little on the blouse, little on the dress.
A little on the pearl necklace.
There you go.
That's one thing you'll never get from a trans man is a pearl necklace. I think. Oh yeah. I mean, you never know, unless you know it's for cash. We're making a movie. Look, you know, I heard also, like, I've been seeing these things on TikTok about you know, if you get busted by the cops with a prostitute, like, all you got to do is just go,
we're making a porno.
Yeah. Right.
I just casted her right here on the street, asked her if she was interested in, you know, shooting a movie, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just say, like, hey, we were making them. Yeah, you got to make sure you got camera equipment running, though.
Meanwhile,
oh my God, I feel so good. Oh yeah, oh slow down. Oh yeah, who's your daddy? Oh my God. Oh yeah, play with my balls. Oh, that feels so good. Yeah, just roll them around.
This Donald Duck goes back.
Oh,
like, before there were even memes, there was this.
Slow down.
Oh, that's hideous. I didn't want to know Donald did that.
I
did not want to. Look,
it's probably what Billy Jeff and Monica Lewinsky sounded like in the White House.
In
the Oval Office.
It does have in the Oval Office. Oh, yikes!
So you want to call your buddy?
Who's my buddy?
Homeless Bob.
Homeless Bob. I was hoping you would call Homeless Bob.
I do not have Homeless Bob's number. You want to put him on the air? I'll talk to him.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go get him. Let me see if we can pull him up here. Come on, Homeless Bob, answer. See if we can get him to answer. Is there anything else going on out here, man? What do you think? There's more than enough craziness to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Deion Sanders is ashamed of 31 NFL teams not drafting any HBCU players. Huh.
That is an oddity, especially considering a lot of those players who are in the HBCU are really good players.
You know?
They'll probably sign as walk-ons or whatever. I mean, they're not marketed very high. They're not like, Division I players who get all the glory and
all the marketing and all the training and all the facilities and all the other support that, he's got a point there, doesn't he?
Yep. And to boot, talking about Deion Sanders, 41 of his current players that were on Colorado's roster last year have now entered the transfer portal so they can get out of Dodge. Colorado was a 1-win team last year, so I think they went 1-10 or 1-11. So they sucked pretty bad, and Deion came in there and cleaned house, and now they're all leaving.
Nice.
Which is probably a good thing because, you probably want to get those people the fuck there.
Yeah, right. For sure.
You know,
For sure.
One win team, that's not a culture you want to stick with.
No, not by any means. Ultimately, you'll wind up bailing anyways on that. I hear Bernie Sanders is predicting a landslide for scenario for Biden in 2024.
Oh, good God.
Yeah. He ran against Biden in 2020. He said Sunday it's no great secret that he and the president have strong differences of opinion. However, we live in a nation where you have a majority political party. And it's saying the Republican Party is the majority, apparently. Sanders, who ran against Biden in 2020 race, said it's not a great secret that he and President have strong differences in opinion, but stressed that he thinks Biden is a clear choice for voters given the current political backdrop.
You know, I was amazed during the last election how many people voted for Biden just based off the fact of what he was going to give away.
Dude, you know, the way things are going, I'm like, hold on before I make my statement. Look, followed up with that current political backdrop. It says we live, quote, we live in a nation where you have a major political party, comma, the Republican Party, comma, where many, not all, but many of their leadership doesn't even believe in democracy. They maintain the myth that Trump won the last election. And man, you know, with what I'm seeing going on here today, it's like, I'm starting to believe that 81 million people did vote because the consistency of stupidity is there to support that. Does that make any sense?
Sure.
The consistency of the absurdity is there to support that. The consistency of the gaslighting is there to support that. Like all of these things are there in hindsight. 2.5 years later, I'm looking at this going, man, if they didn't do that, then why? Like no, I think I'm beginning to believe that 80 or 81 million did vote because the cognitive dissonance is at such an all-time high. I feel like I'm surrounded by 81 million of these people. Honestly,
could be.
You know, seriously. So I'm starting to believe that's the case, man. And I don't know if that the Republican Party is the majority. Are they? Of anything? Nation where you have a major political party. Wasn't the Democratic Party a major political party, especially both of those compared to like the liberal? You know, the libertarians. Where are they at? You want to talk? What are you talking about, Bernie? You know, who's the major well, you jump from one major political party to another. We're afraid of this major political party in the United States, the Republican Party, where many, not all, but many of their leadership doesn't even believe in democracy because we live in a republic. Oh my God. So it's just more rhetoric from left to right, man. You know, and me personally, like I'm going to go the way of Jesse Ventura, dude. I'm going to tell you that party politics needs to be abolished.
Yeah.
The line is just a line for us to throw shit at each other. It's like volleyball out here, right? Tit for tat. Now serving. You know what I'm saying?
300 million.
Dude, tit for tat. But I'm going to believe when Sanders says, quote unquote, Biden could win in a landslide. I believe it. I'm going to believe it. Oh, Dominion, it's in the name.
We shall see.
Good. Good. That's why those things are good. Good. Brought to you by Dominion. It's in the name. Some of us like to call it dumb onion.
Dumb onions.
Yeah, because it'll leave you crying. You know? And I can't believe that, who was at Fox News? And that's kind of the reason. Like, there's all these reasons why Tucker left Fox News, too, right? I mean, the Dominion lawsuit. Now, here's the thing. Like, you know, when you get the specifics on who owns all this Dominion and who owns Fox and who owns this and who owns that, it's like these guys are just changing hands. Like, they're just circle jerking. You know? Oh, look at this guy. Did he shoot himself?
Here's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Tell me stories about the dumbest person you've ever worked with.
The dumbest person I ever worked with.
How deep does the rabbit hole go?
The dumbest person I ever worked with. Oh my God. I never even thought about answering that question.
Had a guy a couple weeks ago who was trying to put a 32-foot ladder up on a building, and he was drunk as fuck. And the ladder came toppling down on him. They fired him.
Yikes.
His vehicle sat at my house for about 3 or 4 days.
Yikes.
So we had somebody come get it.
Yikes. What year's the vehicle?
It was probably a 20, 21.
I got you.
Transit van.
Oh, you guys running nice trucks?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We got newer equipment.
Good. Should have. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah,
it is
man.
nice.
Dude, I was having some issues recently at work in regards to some Try-On solutions brought to you by, powered by. Yeah. I know. I didn't like the way it fit either.
Yeah, boy.
I know, right? You're like, ew. Why does it feel cold and clammy? I feel like I just put on a fish. Try-On, right? That didn't go very well, man.
They still using Try-On over there?
Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, Try-On was supposed to hold a ladder safety course, right?
I think they do it once every year.
A
certain somebody goes out there to site who hasn't climbed a ladder in years and shows Try-On how they safely climb a ladder.
Somebody, I think Randy did that once.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah, Randy did it once. But man, boy, trying to get the link to it, like I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. I think that was for everybody but me.
Ladder safety.
Man, half that shit. I'm telling you, I'm getting too old for that. That's why I'm sitting here talking to all you guys, because I'm getting too old to be out there doing that dumb shit anymore. I don't want to do it. 2 hours, 6 minutes and counting.
Ooh.
Slow County teacher was arrested over a paper cut. Yahoo News reports, no wonder educators are fed up. What? The job is nearly impossible nowadays. I don't even know.
What do you mean teachers don't want to deal with fighting kids?
I don't know if it's the fighting
getting
kids.
Told to shut the fuck up in the class because, they're playing with their iPhone and apparently their parents didn't teach them any better and no respect and yada.
This is from the Tribune. It's an opinion piece. Where are we at? Here you go. Slow County teacher was arrested over a paper cut. No wonder educators are fed up. That's the opinion. The Tribune editorial board Sunday, April 30th. That's today. A paper cut, a tussle over a hairbrush. Are those truly grounds for arrest in San Luis Obispo County these days? Or was this an overzealous response to a situation that could have been handled by a school administrator? So arrested?
Paper cuts.
Tussle over a hairbrush. Either way, the St. Louis Obispo district, the school district has some explaining to do with following an incident that's left the Luca Mar Teachers Union outraged. Many residents baffled. Just about everybody's asking for the full story. Here's what we know. So apparently last week, on Tuesday morning, a teacher at Mesa Middle School allegedly grabbed a hairbrush away from a student, injuring her in the process, according to the sheriff's office. Okay, so that's half the story right there. What led up to grab the hairbrush away from the student? What led up to that?
Kid probably not listening.
Tuesday morning, a teacher at Mesa Middle School allegedly grabbed a hairbrush away from a student, injuring her in the process. Then the teacher allegedly tossed some papers around, inflicting a paper cut on the same student.
You know what? Those tacos are going through me right now. Give me 1 second here.
Dude. Oh, yeah. Taco good. Fire bad. Dong.
Taco good.
Yeah. So she threw some paper at her like a Chinese ninja. Listen to me. Like a Japanese ninja. Chinese ninja. And put a paper cut. I know. Suspicion of child. The sheriff's office was alerted. The teacher was arrested on suspicion of child abuse.
Jesus.
And see, here's the kicker. According to the teachers union, the student is reportedly the child of a sheriff's deputy.
I remember back in the day when I was in school, in elementary school, Your teacher got pissed off at you. They drag you down to the office by your fucking hair, man.
Dude, that's back the last good days of the village when the village was around.
God.
When the village was looking out for the people. And needless to say, the sheriff's office isn't commenting on anything, and nobody knows what's going on. It's
Everybody's afraid to say
just
shit
gonna
because
be
nobody wants to get sued.
It's a stupid paper cut story out of Mesa somewhere. It sounds hot.
She sounds kind of hot.
Hey, what's going on, Yoo-hoo? Latest climate change news. That's terrible. What's going on?
We talked about climate change last night.
What?
I'll take some of that global warming. Bring it here.
Scott Walker blames young voters for GOP's losses in Wisconsin.
Bruh.
It's like, you freaking cheeseheads, you didn't get out here. Climate change goes to court. Though business and governments around the world have begun transitioning from fossil fuels to renewable sources of energy to try and cut the greenhouse gas emissions, you know what?
Something tells me they should have started doing this shit 30 years ago.
Well,
just saying. I mean,
dude, it was in the works. You not read popular science from the 50s?
Oh,
We were
sure. I
supposed
mean,
to have
they've
flying
had
cars
it in
today.
the works. Yeah.
We were supposed to have flying cars
But
today.
nobody ever followed
Star
through.
Trek was ahead of its time as far as like giving a futuristic ideas of where to go, setting some goals and some standards, I guess, or at least some level of achievement. Like Elon Musk Elon Musk is the only guy that's going to have the ability to go engineering. Divert power to the forward rolling machines.
I just can't do it, Captain.
Panther shields have up, Captain. I think the USS Enterprise should have had panty shields.
Yeah.
For like when you're flying through space and you should get all these bugs all over your windshield.
Little space termites.
Space termites. Oh, God. That sounds hideous.
Oh, boy.
Oh, how pollution and climate change may have caused the Florida seaweed blob. I didn't even know that was a thing. Florida had a mega seaweed blob. Gulf of Mexico, and it's partially because of the human activity, including water pollution. And you know what caused a lot of these blobs, I find out? Shit like suntan lotion that gets in the water.
I believe that.
All these people dipping in and out with all the suntan.
And that's oil-based?
Suntan,
Petroleum-based.
tropical sun this, copper tone that, SPF everything. The massive sarcasm, a large brown seaweed is moving west from the Caribbean, where it has left unsightly deposits on beaches near Cancun, Mexico, and Key West, Florida. Sargassum is a microalgae, an organism that lives in the water and converts sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide into biomass.
Read about the island of trash that is basically floating from the eastern coast of Asia and Japan that's heading over towards the west coast of the United States.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff on that. You got a story on that right there?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's somewhere. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, I haven't looked. I'm just kind of going through what's up on Yahoo News at the moment. California braces for yet another atmospheric river. The coming Pineapple Express storm. Did you ever see that movie, Pineapple Express?
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch. They actually have a Wikipedia page on this thing, like it's a place. They might as well give this fucker a zip
Probably
code.
got its own Facebook page, too.
Yeah, give it a zip code.
Give it a zip code?
Yeah.
Can I just throw one at it?
Well, it has to be 90 something something or another, if it's going to be a California thing.
Oh, I don't know if I want
Can't be 90210. You'd piss off the Beverly Hills people.
90210. I know, right? What a fucking zip code. Oh, my God. That's such bullshit.
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
Garbage Patch Kid?
It's a garbage patch, a gyre of marine debris particles in the central North Pacific Ocean. Collection of plastic floating trash originates from the Pacific Rim, including countries in Asia, North America, and South America. Damn people in their water bottles.
Can't just be water bottles. It's got to be like condoms and shit, too.
Nah, they say mainly floating plastic debris.
Mainly floating plastic.
I mean, this thing is huge. Good Lord.
Yeah, I hear it's yeah, dude, that's and it's getting bigger.
The thing's the size of Rhode Island.
It's getting Rhode Island is
At least you don't have to pay a toll to get through this fucker.
God, Rhode Island. Isn't that where isn't that where Chris and Meg and everybody's from?
Quahog,
Yeah.
Rhode Island.
Quahog, Rhode Island. That's right. That's where Family Guy's from. Rhode Island. It explains everything. I have not watched any Family Guy episodes in a little while. I'll tell you that.
No, it's been a quick moment for myself as well.
You know, I kind of got turned off to it, man. A lot of things happened.
Disney bought them out and they took them off Cartoon Network. That pissed me off.
Oh yeah, I know, because that and American Dad, man, was my favorite thing to watch on a Sunday at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I see you can still catch American Dad, but you can't.
Family Guy's too
watch Family Guy.
too edgy.
Now.
It's too edgy.
It's on Disney now, which I have Disney anyway, so it's not a huge deal. But
right.
So
one of those things, man. Times they are a changing
for the worse. Definitely for the worse.
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
I miss my old man's world. I really do. You know, simpler times. I mean, even, in my youth, in my teens and even my early 20s, just simpler times.
Right.
Once everybody was allowed to be a keyboard warrior and you can just sit there behind your computer screen and be protected. You can just sit there and talk all this shit you want and
yikes.
Make bad moves and not have to pay the penalty for it. And lobby for shitty things.
It kind of seems to be the norm now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's for sure, man.
Mark reminding you to help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered.
Best words I've ever heard.
Spay
or neuter your pets and your people.
Yeah,
some of them don't need to reproduce.
No, people are afraid that I might reproduce. There was a comedian that had that line. I can't remember what his name was.
I never thought I'd have kids. I mean, I was in my late 20s when I had my first one. Up until then, I feel like I'm not getting anybody pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, and in this day, man, I definitely wouldn't be looking forward to raising a kid in this world and kind of what we got, going on here. That's for sure.
313-334-4203. Give us a shout, people.
Dial it up. We're ready. Come and get us.
Come tell us what assholes we are. Maybe we'll agree with you.
Yeah, I will agree with you. You don't have to tell me twice. Call me up and just call me an asshole, and I'll be like, hey, you're right. That's funny. Man, I heard Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson was a man in his unfinished basement beating the fucking rating pants off Fox News.
Yes, he was.
I didn't get any particulars. I haven't looked into that because that's just been kind of going crazy here. And I don't watch a lot of TV, I think is what I was getting ready to say a minute ago. I don't watch a lot of TV. I quit watching TV, and that's the thing about Family Guy. Like, I just kind of quit watching TV, man. I don't watch it anymore. I remember a time in my life where I would be looking forward to, some evening shows on TV or even on Cartoon Network, my favorite, Adult Swim. Right. Remember all the MTV claymation stuff that was really cool, like the what was that one?
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Celebrity Deathmatch was gold, dude. That
Absolutely.
shit was gold. That was gold. Like, that's when I would sit down on a Sunday night or a Saturday evening and just kind of spend a few minutes being meaningless and just
Ian
existing.
Flux.
Oh my God, that was some great stuff, wasn't it?
Ian Flux was the best,
dude. Oh man, that. How about One Punch Man and all this other great shit they would show, right?
Yeah.
And God, and some of the coolest music too on Adult Swim. Like if you go Google their playlist, like Clowncore is one of my favorites by Adult Swim. Like, you hadn't heard any Clowncore? You ever heard Clowncore?
Yes.
Yeah, I love their shit, man. But today it's just not like that, man. I don't even care about TV. I don't even care what people are saying in the news, other than the fact that I got opinions on the shit. Because I'll tell you what, there's so much conflicting information, and you're gonna, you're gonna wind up searching for truths, and the only thing you're gonna really wind up with is generally more questions or at least a half-educated opinion on something. You know,
network television sucks anymore.
You can't believe the mainstream media, MSM is like some people refer to it on the twits and shits, right? How do you believe any of that? And how do you, I mean, you know, so much of that is, so much of the opinions and everything we come to are so unbased, you know, because there's so much. And that's the one thing that one of our leaders said was, you flood the fucking town square with bullshit. You flood the town square with bullshit, so nobody knows what the fuck.
These are all the fuck ups in the crowd.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of fuck ups in the crowd talking a lot of fucked up shit, and that's the truth, man. So you get to a point where all this does seem a little dystopian because now you're surrounded by all this information that's conflicting and it's intentional. And how do you make heads or tails of any of it when you know damn well none of it's true? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, TV for me and any of these other platforms. Like the one thing I do like about YouTube is I get to choose my content. I don't have to watch the news. I don't have to watch the news. I don't have to be involved in the news. I don't have to be involved with Joe Biden. I don't have to be involved with Donald Trump. I don't have to be involved with anything in between those two extreme points.
Nope.
You know, and that's the one thing I do appreciate about having YouTube, being a YouTube premium subscriber also, you know, is that I get to choose my content. I get to pick things that, you know, here I am selling it for them, but it's true. I get to pick my content. And it can be hours of boop, 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 how it's made, right? Or any bit of individual creator content that fits my needs and wants at the time, you know. And YouTube fits my moods pretty well, and that's the one thing that TikTok doesn't manage to do, is fit my mood pretty well. You know what I'm saying? I can't categorize the TikTok content like I can the YouTube content, and I think that's where YouTube wins. You know, I think that yeah, because I can pick and choose the content and much easier. I think the interface is better too.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not always looking for shorts, and I'm not always looking for long format video. You know, I do like to get my things that are an hour and a half. I've got enough time sometimes to listen to a movie all the way through. You know, a lot of times, and YouTube is really good for that, man. You know, especially as a premium subscriber. You know, you get all the benefits, man. And there's definitely those. Like I don't pay for commercials, but I do pay for creators. When you're a YouTube premium subscriber, that's right. You don't pay for commercials, but you pay for creators. That's what you pay for as a YouTube premium subscriber. And that's what I've come to decide on that. And also, I've also figured out that it's not the algorithm, it's everybody's demand. You know, maybe the algorithm dishes that out, but it's based on what everybody's demanding, you know, here in YouTube. So had some fun with that, but yeah, I've moved away from mainstream television completely. I haven't turned on the Weather Channel, and I can't tell you how long. You know, yeah, it might be something right there.
Yeah, like I said, I very rarely am I watching cable. I'm usually on YouTube or Hulu or something.
Yeah, and you know,
somewhere where I don't have to watch all the bullshit.
And I think Fox releasing Tucker, and Tucker's going to get off mainstream media, dude, and he's going to blow up, and he's going to take everybody with him because you know, look, I'm going to tell you, if anybody knows the bullshit inside the industry, it's going to be guys like Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Check your battery. Oh, battery's on. Get nothing? We're getting nothing from the Mr. Mike microphone. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it on again. That was some testicle difficulties. A friend with weed is a friend indeed. Come on down to Michigan where cannabis is legal.
Check.
Flash your dread card and bags are half off.
I'm back.
I remember Dread. Detroit rockers engaged in the abolition of disco. Anyways, my point is that Fox News has released Tucker Carlson, who knows very well what the inside is like there in today's mainstream media, and probably is more than happy to receive that severance and go into his mom's basement and make record-breaking fucking podcasts.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's taking those people with him because I think Tucker.
He might sink the ship.
He might sink the right ship. He might sink the Republican ship. The left's already done that. People are sick and tired of American politics through and through. It doesn't matter what side of the shitty bird you're on, you're still part of that shitty bird.
This is very true.
You know what I'm saying? Dude, all it is a continual level of divisiveness. There's no other reason for that. You know, and the whole thing and I was corrected earlier today on a statement I made about the founding fathers. And I have to agree with that. I'll admit my wrong there. They did have some foresight. They knew that men were shitty. And they knew that the way they were creating this country was going to leave holes for people to come in and vote their way to the top. You feel me? America's been hijacked, dude. Oh, having some problems there tonight. Here, let me turn you here. Go ahead. Keep yapping. Let me get you here. Oh. Oh. Right now. Go ahead, keep talking. No, I can barely pick you up here. I take a glimpse of Mike having some. Check the battery level on that, Mike.
Oh, yeah, she's flashing.
Oh, you need some batteries, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we both do. Give us 1 second here. I got you.
You know what? I mean, we're at the 2.5 hour mark here anyway.
Right.
Well, I'm not kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Sarah. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine, I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone fast with the girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine. It's a death-defying life I lead. I take my chance.
What happens
I die for living in the
when you have to?
movies and TV. The hardest thing I ever do is watch my leading ladies kiss some other guy while I'm bandaging my knee. I might fall from a tall building, I might roll a brand new car, cause I'm the unknown stuntman that made Redbird such a star.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody can hear me.
Probably heard that.
Alex is over here dropping batteries all over the damn place. Slips McGee.
You know what my batteries are for.
Girls' toys.
Girls? How do you know that's for a girl?
This is true.
What walks downstairs alone or in pairs? Everyone knows it's log, 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 log. Wonderful, wonderful log. It's fun for a nondescript person or another nondescript person. It's fun for a couple of people that walks downstairs up in pairs or alone. No, don't cancel me.
What?
Okay.
What?
I got so many mouses over here. As a host and a producer, I'm doing too many things. I'm wearing too many hats at one time. Oh, I know.
We need
Count
us
me
a
out.
producer.
Count me out. Count me out.
Alex doesn't want to do it.
Oh, no, I want to do it. We just need another host. Maybe we'll just let Mike run the show and I'll do all the producing.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Mike, you want to be lead host? Come on, man. You got this.
I don't.
You do. Come on, we can do it. I'm really rich. I'm really rich. Grabbed him. I grabbed him by the bank account.
It's Brittany, bitch.
I saw a funny meme yesterday. It said, when I overdraw my bank account, why do they charge me $35? They know I ain't got the fucking money.
Yikes. You know, because you're going to owe it to them. And next time you put any money in there, it's theirs too.
Yeah, so you put 50 in, you're going to get 15 out of it.
You know, that's right. That's funny. The way these things go, man. See, if you got money, you don't need it.
Pretty
So it's
much.
free. It's free, right? Bring in cash. We'll give you money. Are you rich? Bring us cash. We'll give you more money than you have cash. Have you heard anything about this whole Sigma male thing that's going on today, man? Like this, like apparently a Sigma male is supposed to be this new personality trait coming across the tube lately. Have you looked into that or heard anything about that lately?
I have not, but I will right now.
Oh yeah, let's look what it up, man. Some odd things were going on early on here.
So basically a lone wolf.
Yeah, I guess in some regards you could say
Somebody
that.
who was not alpha.
Yeah, not alpha, not beta. That's for sure. Look like they got one clip here of let's see what YouTube showed us. YouTube's got this going on. 15 questions all Sigma males must answer. Huh. They got to answer a question?
I guess.
Why people hate Sigmas. Let's listen. Absolutely. What does that mean?
They don't want to know.